Hey, did you know working in the garden gives you a harvest of more than just vegetables? Yoga, I understand, I get it. Paying for a gym, I do, but I don't go. But working in the garden, and whether it's a vegetable garden or landscaping, there's always something to do. There are ways that it helps you get physically fit, even mentally, that we are loaded with facts that can help you to get in the garden.
Yes.
First of all, here's a good one for me. Makes you love veggies you thought you hated. Now, you, for the first time, just a couple of years ago, you planted kohlrabi.
Yeah, I did first
right?
time. Yeah.
And it's not that you didn't hate it, you just didn't know what it was, right?
I had no idea what it was.
I get it. So when you learn to garden, like all of a sudden it's like you find, I'm going to try beets.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to try, some like oddball squash, like petty pan squash. Yeah. And it helps you lose weight. Now, Julio, you don't need that. I could use a little weight loss, but then again, gardeners have a significant lower body mass index as well as lower odds of being overweight or obese than non-gardeners. They found the average weight loss of 11 pounds for women and 16 pounds for men.
Ooh. That's
pretty impressive.
That is very impressive.
Right?
Yeah.
Provides a great workout, right?
Yeah, I like a workout, don't you?
I do. Sometimes trying to keep up with my significant other is a little bit difficult. But when you're, and it's you don't even know you're doing it. It's like when you're carrying like bags of mulch, or you're planting and you're digging it into the soil and you're moving equipment. You're using muscles that, you can't I can curl like 400 pounds, but it doesn't move all of the bodies, the muscles in your body that you move when you're doing
gardening.
It's just, to me, that it's better than exercising in a gym,
right.
And it rewards you with fruits and vegetables and flowers.
Something else.
And flowers. When was the last time your treadmill gave you anything?
Nothing.
Now, Julio, you're going to like this one. Now, how about nourishing the spirit?
Oh, yeah. So there was a Dutch study asked two groups to complete stressful tasks. Afterwards, one group gardened for 30 minutes while the other group read indoors. Not only did the gardening group report better moods than the reading group, they also had measurably lower cortisol levels. Now, cortisol is the stress hormone that may influence more than just mood. Chronically, elevated cortisol levels have been linked to everything from immune function to obesity to memory and learning problems and heart disease. Oh, wow. Pretty high.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah.
It's stress. When people say, it might be stress, that's your problem. They're talking about cortisol.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, on a garden center, you'll have cortisol issues. And it may be more than just brain hormones causing self-esteem scores for gardeners. There's more to tangible measurements. One power, it's basically that you're nurturing this plant, kind of like parenting this plant from a seedling to fruit bearing. So it's like, I guess as a new grandparent, I guess when you're growing a plant in the garden and it yields its fruit, that its fruit are like your grandchildren.
Yeah, that's right.
Call me weird, but just call me grandpa. They call it the gardening glow. Working with plants provides a serious stress relief and positive sensory stimulation. And it's NASA that did this. If you think about it, I'm going to send you up. I hear these people, they've been in the space station for 3 years. It's like, what? I don't know. Could you imagine being cooped up, knowing that you can't survive outside, and you're living in this artificial environment? So NASA has done a lot of studies about plants relating to humans as something where it is a positive effect to help, basically, I guess, the astronauts from going nuts.
That's where our tax dollars are going.
Well, I'd rather them go there than some of the other places that they've spent them. There's everyday things like, what is it? It's like all of these different types of enclosures and special things like Velcro and all that stuff was invented from the space program.
Oh, yeah, a lot of things happen.
So you be quiet about the space program. I think we need to have more pluses. Look, and of course, the private sector is outdoing the All right. That's another show. It's another show on the dial. So if you want to hear political commentary about the space program, you're going to have to go somewhere else. But what they found is that gardening can keep astronauts sane and happy in the severe environment of outer space. They found that planting and nurturing seeds, even just in small pots, can provide a great mental health benefit. And it keeps, and if it helps the astronaut, it certainly can help. Like, think about it. Like, if they're eating like food out of a tube or whatever, that they can do different things.
What was that other one they used to have, that powdered orange drink?
Right. It was
Tang. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I remember as a kid, you thought it was really cool, but honestly, as an adult, you gross. It's disgusting. Anyway, but if it's good for the astronauts,
that's right.
It also, obviously, we were talking about cuts your risk of heart disease, and it may not be a high intensity cardio sweat fest, but it's still providing powerful heart benefits. In fact, gardening cuts the risk of a heart attack or stroke and can prolong life by 30%.
I'll take that.
See, how old am I right now? And that's 30%. I need a calculator. Anyway, so a large Stockholm study showed that regular gardening cuts stroke and heart attack risk by up to 30% for those over 60. Birthday is coming up.
That's us, right?
That's well, it's me.
Yeah.
You passed that milestone a while ago.
That's right.
All right, for tree huggers, it helps slow climate change. But I like, I'm selfish. I like what it does for ourselves. Like boosts our immune system. And here's why. You may think it's like, oh, well, it's because you eat the vegetables. No. It's got a story. My son Carl, right, cut into his thumb with a pruning saw. And what did he do? He grabbed a handful of mud
and threw it
and put it on top of the cut. Mark, he needed like 4 or 5 stitches, but yet he packed it with mud to stop it from bleeding.
No Band-Aid.
No Band-Aid.
He came in the office, and I was wondering how his hand wasn't bleeding. It was wide open, and that's what he did.
That's what it did. So anyway, the whole thing about
bacteria.
Carl's
boosting,
old school. He's old school.
He is old school. I'm proud of my boy.
Well taught.
A little bit. When he was questioning whether he should go to the
hospital
to get it sewed up, that was like, well, it's what? Do you want like a cool scar? Do you want something? Yeah. He eventually got stitches and such.
Thankfully, he didn't go into shock.
He's fine. Yeah, he's fine now.
Right.
Although he may have when he was taking the stitches out by himself.
You and I and a bunch of other radio listeners are screaming right now.
If you'd like to meet Carl, he's in the nursery, or you can just call Bloomers for a landscape estimate. So what that does, working in the soil and having dirt under your fingernails used to be a sign of poor hygiene, but these days the scientists are saying it actually is a mark of good health, and thanks to the beneficial bacteria found in the soil,
there you go.
Gardening can improve the immune system, helping you get sick less and fight off infections easier, according to research study in Science. Working in the garden can also prevent certain allergies and decrease the severity of a reaction, according to a separate study done by the University of Copenhagen.
Wow. Good job.
It gives me an excuse not to get out a toothbrush and try to clean under my nails.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It also increases hand coordination and strength. Now, you never think about hand coordination. When you're out there, huh?
No,
none at all.
You do throw. Here are my pruners.
Yeah, that's it.
A duck.
Powerful grip is important for more than just rock climbing or intimidating underlings at work. Hand strength, flexibility, and coordination are essential for everyday tasks like opening jars, carrying packages, and picking up children. Picking up children?
Yeah, but back of the neck. Get over here.
I don't know.
Was that a Mortal Kombat reference?
Yeah,
Get over here.
And gardening is a perfect way to hone all those fine motor skills and muscles when you think about it, right?
That's right.
According to a study published by Hort Science.
Yep.
A few minutes of daily weeding, that's what I need to do, may even help offset some of the strain caused by repetitive use like typing or phone swiping or texting.
Yeah. I guess you know about that one. The carpet tunnel. It'll help ease that up. And again, researchers at Kansas State studying the health effects of gardening were surprised to note that as the gardener's skills increase, their self-esteem skyrocketed along with their health. These science-backed tips can also boost your confidence and sharpen your brain.
There you go.
Gardening just isn't good exercise for your body. It provides a healthy workout for your brain. That's what's said in the research done in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease. Scientists found that regularly working in the garden is a powerful tool for protecting cognitive health increased the study's participants' brain volume and cutting the risk of Alzheimer's disease by 50%.
50%. Folks,
Now,
get out there.
I'll tell you what, a lot of there are certain, I guess what do you call them? You don't call them old folks' homes anymore, right? Nursing homes, nursing homes, that they have gardening areas set up so that you can get out there and garden. So it's like a community garden kind of thing. And it's just for that reason. 50% sounds like an awful lot for someone that has had a close family member with Alzheimer's. But I'll tell you what, I tell you that if it can reduce and slow that Alzheimer's, I'm all for it. Get out there, garden, landscape, flower garden, vegetable garden.
Weed.
That's right. Weed. You can do it for any motivation, but the thing is your body will get the results that we're talking about. I encourage you all out there, even if it's in pots or above ground where you're in a raised bed, get out there. Start small. Don't go, I'm going to have a 50-foot by 30-foot garden. Don't do that because that will discourage you. Do something small. How about you start with a few 10-inch pots and you put some vegetables in there, and that's where you go. Right. How about that?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Nurturing, like you were saying in the beginning, Len, is really...
And it grows from there.
It grows
from there. Right. Get out there. Get your hands in the soil.